I just got a TikTok that said, "You're human, it's normal to steal people's organs." Hello!
This is Stampy!
Welcome to another video on my channel. Oh, the voice break as well. Welcome to another video. Recently, GB Climbing hosted a team training. The team training was for World Championships, which is in 3 or 4 weeks now. So it's meant to simulate the problems that we'll sort of see there. So all of the athletes from Great Britain who have selected to compete at World Champs were there, and then also some French athletes. So for us it was me, Emma and Zoe. For the men there was Toby, Diane, Jack and Max, who wasn't competing but who was there. And then some of the French team joined us. We had Mejdi, Sam, Richard and Manu Gornu, and then for the women Selma was there. So it had a good group of strong people to sort of make this comp sim even more like a simulation, which was really nice. Had some international setters as well and some national setters and IFSC setters, which was really cool as well. The first day was semi-simulation. So we had 4 blocks that we went out to without seeing them. It was probably my most anti-style set of blocks that I've had in a very long time, so it was quite a brutal way to get back into competition bouldering. I've sort of been focusing a lot on lead since Madrid. It was sort of my first test of putting myself back into comp bouldering. So boulder 1 was the slab, very sort of like dainty ballerina type moves, trusting your feet, quite dynamic as well. I really struggled on the first bit. Like my movement and especially my hips just doesn't really feel in sync at the moment, so I took quite a few attempts on that, and then the end bit maybe just wasn't trusting my feet so much. That definitely felt within my capabilities, but I wasn't able to execute it in the 5 minutes. The second boulder was the power boulder. It didn't feel too powery because it was quite short. There was only like sort of 1 hard move in it, so that wasn't too bad for me at all. I flashed that one. If anything, I was just annoyed that I hadn't topped the previous one. Third boulder was the coordination boulder. First move again was just like me unlocking the sequence of it. It took a long time for my body to learn the movement. But I was really happy to stick that first move just because of how complex it felt for my body and mind at the time. And then the last move was really, really hard for me. Last boulder, by this point, I'd sort of completely lost my head and just thought I was a terrible climber. So I was trying to over control like every single thing. I was trying to press into the green volume, which I definitely think was possible, but by far the hardest way of doing that move. I don't know why I was trying to do it that way. After the competition sim, I talked to my coach just a little bit because I was on the verge of having a little mental breakdown. I thought that my training had gone terribly, even though I knew in my head that I'd been focusing not on that kind of stuff, so it makes perfect sense when you look at the bigger picture. I don't know if you did get me kicking my liquid chalk or it. On the first boulder, so obviously my head was in a really good place right from the very start. But then I got back on the blocks with a slightly better mindset.
What's the factor?
Jump, squeeze.
Insight to observer.
And like first go, I topped the 4th boulder just by hopping straight to the bonus. It's crazy what a bit of belief and not feeling terrible about your climbing does to your climbing.
Well, why didn't you get it on your physical that you usually got it?
I wasn't really trusting my feet at all. I was doing it wrong. I was trying to control everything and I was not climbing well. And when I just did it, I did it like first go, second go, and then immediately repeated it and it just felt fine. So I think I was just not like in tune with my body. Going onto the slab, I topped that slab relatively quick. It took me a few goes to get the move to the zone again.
Your foot was so badly placed on that. What went wrong?
Because I need to like control it over. I'm trying to land like straight legged, perfectly balanced. But once I'd done that, I got the top and then I repeated the top again and then I repeated the move to the zone loads of times. I think I did that like 5 times in a row and did some practices on that foot swap. And then I went back onto the 3rd boulder, made sure I could do that move to the zone well, and then I tried that move to the zone a different way just in case they somehow like made it impossible to do it other ways, and that also felt okay. And then I tried the top move for an extremely long amount of time. I'm just not committing to holding the hand because I'm scared of my skin, but that time I did and it was fine. I need to put my toe slightly further under. And in the end I just had to walk away from it because my skin was terrible and I got a blood blister from it, and I was also starting to lose my mind slightly, and I had another comp sim the day after. This is a bit of like random lore about me, but I used to have like a little wall in my back garden back when I lived down south. I trained in that all during lockdown and we got gifted loads of holds from the Castle Climbing Centre, and they were all like really old vintage holds. And one of them is like this absolutely ancient squadra that's basically got nothing on it. I don't think it can really be counted as a hold. I've got to do that in a good motion. And we just so happened to have loads of them in the car. So I went out and grabbed the most like old looking one that I could find, which was this Squadron. And I gave it to Imi and said, that's what I want on the wall tomorrow, sort of as a joke. Anyway, rocked up the next day and it was the top hold of boulder number 4, which was quite funny. that gave me good motivation to, like, when I was on boulder 4, I wanted to top it extra now so that I could, like, touch that non-existent squadra hold and end it on a good note. Anyway, day 2, I was going into the competition sim trying to feel a lot more positive. I decided I wasn't expecting anything out of it, like in terms of performance and results. I just wanted to learn as much as possible and get my head back into the space of, like, boulder competitions. I went in just more relaxed, even though my skin was, like, absolutely shot. This day was also finals format, so we got observation before the sim started. So I had a couple ideas on beta going into the first problem. It looked like you could do it a couple different ways. It took me a few goes just to get the move into these elevator doors. I think I broke it a little bit, and then it felt like I didn't really actually need the next undercut hold. The top, I feel like I could have done it a lot of different ways, but I just wanted to make sure that I secured the top in as little attempts as possible, so I committed to the way that felt best for me and topped it, and that boulder felt pretty comfortable. I think third attempt. Then moving on to the next boulder. This boulder was like a lâché move into sort of like an awkward catch. On this boulder, I said goodbye to my blood blister. Because that popped straight away on the first hold. That's sort of disgusting. I didn't realise till afterwards. That first move took me way too many attempts, and then I wasn't able to consistently get it. And then the next move into the press felt really awkward. It is really awkward. But I felt quite close on it. Like, you just need to absolutely throw yourself into that position and then press. I didn't actually get the zone on that one, which I was a bit annoyed at because it was a really cool boulder and I wanted to get up high on it. Third boulder was the power boulder, and this boulder looked so fun. Unfortunately, I was in a lot of pain with my skin, and at this point Copa was like 5 days away and my skin was not good, so I was just really worried. I didn't want to compromise my skin for the World Cup just because a power boulder looked like really cool. The holds felt very grainy and sharp, so I was just very scared of committing to it. So that was a bit annoying, but I went into the slab just sort of excited. The slab was on jibs and basically no hands and cross throughs, which are my worst climbing and weakest points ever. Didn't Ivy tell you she won't top this? She has no faith in me after that training day where she set me cross throughs, and it was like I was like horrifically bad at them, and also the day before. Anyway, you have no right. No, she has no right. I flashed that slab, and you know what? It actually felt really comfortable. I just trusted my feet, and I just did it, and I touched that. I touched that squadra with both hands. Well, obviously I matched it. It felt so good to flash a slab that was crossed through, and felt a lot better after that comp sim. Obviously it still wasn't the best performance, but it was significantly better than the day before. Like, I felt like I performed better on the second day. My climbing was better, I just did better. After the comp sim I got straight back on boulder number 2. I got that lâcher move, and then was working the move into the press, and I was right, you just had to like completely throw yourself into that position and then really squeeze with your bicep and come in with the left hand. I got that relatively quickly, and then the top was just sort of strengthy. You had to just absolutely pull on this tiny little dual dex crimp bulb thing and then send it into this double mono 2-finger thing, and I think I dropped that once, and then I did it from the start. And topped it, and that was a very, very cool boulder. I loved that. It was sort of like sections of it. Then I went onto the power boulder. I taped up pretty heavily for the power boulder just to protect my skin. The left hand just before the zone is so much better than I thought it was going to be. It's like a mini jug, or it feels like it. I thought it was going to be like flat. Yeah, to rest. Let's rest a little bit. That's enough. I got really close on it. It was just working out the specific moves. I dropped the top move, which was very annoying, and then I actually made a very mature decision and stopped because I was heavily taped and I didn't want to tie myself out too much for Opa, obviously. That matters a lot to me. So that was the end of the GB training. Overall, learnt that my comp bouldering, my body doesn't feel in sync with my mind almost, but that was expected, and I will fix that before World Championships. And also learnt the importance of mindset, especially in competition bouldering. The second day was just a lot better. I think you can just see, even without looking at what I top or anything, just looking at how I succeed and how I fail on the second day compared to the first day is very different. Well, firstly, I don't kick anything. And secondly, I like laugh at myself when I make mistakes, and I just look like I have more confidence and that I'm enjoying myself more. Surprise, surprise leads to better performance and therefore better results, so I will try my best to keep doing that. Thank you to everyone who organised the day, to all the route setters for the great blocks. Thank you to all the GB people who were there and everyone who made it like a really fun environment to succeed and absolutely fail in. I hope that we have more of them because it was a lot of fun and it was really beneficial. I hope you have a good day. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in another video very soon.